It's a bit of an odd one. I find it a bit hard to talk about myself. I work away a lot, and I install, video surveillance equipment for companies who suspect the employees of thieving and getting up to no good, basically. I came home one weekend. I got the impression something wasn't right at home with my wife, and when she was out, I installed one into our bedroom. And the following weekend, I looked at the tape and wasn't sure with my sister, and I just don't know how to deal with it. I've not said anything.
Sorry, just tell me again. Your wife is sleeping with your sister?
Well, yeah.
You've got video evidence?
Yeah.
Have you done anything about it?
Other than thought about putting it on the internet and just going, no. I don't know how to deal with it, don't know what to do.
Do you not want to confront her yourself?
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Did you know your sister was a lesbian to start with?
No. No, it's totally come one big massive shock to me. Is that nothing at all. I mean, she's got a fella herself.
So it's a double whammy then. There's now two people who are affected by this.
Well, yeah,
Have you spoken to the partner of your sister?
No, I've not done anything.
And it wasn't just an accident. You have video evidence that proves that this was calculated.
I just knew something was wrong. I was coming home for the weekend, and she were like, whereas we'd do things together, she were finding excuses to go out elsewhere.
Did she start wearing dungarees and things?
Not really, no. And I just thought, well, she's got to be seeing someone else.
Why don't you take her out for dinner and have a double date with your sister and bring it up there? Take the video with you in a bag.
Yeah.
And just put it on the table and say, have you got anything to tell me?
Yeah. And see what...
And if she says no, say, have you got anything to tell me? And if she says no again, pick up the video, hand it to your sister's partner, and say, enjoy watching that, and walk out.
That seems... It's a simple way of dealing with it, isn't it?
That way you're not getting involved. You've given her an opportunity to be honest.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to live and die by your actions. I mean, there's no point loving a woman that doesn't love you.
Yeah. I've got to do something, and I just didn't know how to. But you've now given me an option which is quite simple. I could do that.
Either that, or go for a long drive in the countryside and ask her, have you got anything to tell me? And open your car door and say, well, off you go then. Have a think about it. Have a little walk and I'll pick you up in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
Did you know that she had any lesbian tendencies?
No, none at all. We've got 2 kids. We've been together since we were really young. But no, never.
Why would your wife be so thick if she knows that you have this kind of technology to do it in her own bedroom? Do you think that was part of the thrill?
It might have been. I don't know. It could have been. Part of kick into it, really.
Mark, have you got anywhere you can go if you take this decision?
We work all over. I can stay and just pay for my digs at weekends. I get paid for it a week.
Right. So you haven't got that much to lose. How about your kids? How old are they?
I've got one at 12 and one at 9. So
they're not babies?
No.
I think the biggest betrayal is your sister, really, because I don't know how she could do that to you. That's a real shame.
Well, that kicked me the most, my sister, because we've always been really close, me and my sister,
No wonder she's been wanting to get in your wife's knickers. It's hardly a wonder, is it?
Oh, yeah, you've got a point.
Have you still got a mum and dad alive?
Well, my mum's alive.
If you want the biggest thrill, probably take her with you. Have a big family Valentine's dinner and put it on the table. Yeah. And then she'll have to explain to her mother what kind of a bitch she is as well.
I want to deal with it, but I don't want to upset the whole family, which I know it's going to do.
Yeah, but you're being selfless. You're thinking about everybody else. Think about yourself. Your wife has given you the ultimate betrayal because she's had an affair and then double whammy by having an affair with your sister. This is worthy of Jerry Springer.
Yeah, no, it's something off of a soap, isn't it? It's how I see it. My life's turned into a soap opera.
How many times have you videotaped this kind of interlude?
What, with my wife and
yes.
my sister? Well, last weekend when I came home, I just viewed the film and it was there. And that's it. I set it up the weekend before.
How did you feel when you watched the film?
Gutted, like someone had ripped my heart out. All my body just sank. It's an horrible feeling. And you don't come back from it. Well, I ain't yet. I'm still like crawling across the floor trying to pick myself up, kind of thing.
Some men would find the thought of their wife with another woman quite entertaining. Do you not find that at all? Obviously, it's your sister.
No.
But you don't find that remotely entertaining?
Whether it's with a man or a woman, it's the betrayal, isn't it? It's the betrayal and the lies, because it was the lies, really, because I knew she was lying to me.
How long do you think this has been going on?
From when I noticed, 3 months. When I noticed things were wrong and they weren't the same and she was acting differently.
How do you feel now? What is going to be your next move? You've got days until Valentine's Day. Are you a very loving, romantic couple, or are you like a typical Mansfield couple where you just kind of shake hands at the end of the evening?
We have this moments, or we had this moments, we'll not be having any more. You know, I've always been quite romantic and, you know, took her out for meals and wined her and dined her and flowers and all that. And most people say I'm ideal man. You know, you don't usually get many like me. I can't understand really why she's done it. I've never done it to hurt her.
I mean, the truth of it is you either live the lie and say nothing, or you have to live with the consequences. And I think, and in this case, with it being your sister, I mean, if it was her and another partner, nobody would have to know. You could get over it. But the fact that it's your sister, I think you have to say something. And if it rips the family apart, well, you know what? That's their fault and not yours. You've done nothing wrong.
No, I know I am. I mean,
why do you think she went to your sister for lesbian action?
I don't know. Never suspected any of them being like that.
Did you ever have any inkling that your wife was on the other bus?
Never. I've been with her since I was 14. Never.
Has she worn flat shoes for many years?
Trainers. She likes to wear trainers. She likes sporty kind of clothes. Well, never. Not in.
Has she got a deep voice or anything?
No. No,
I mean, how's your relationship been in the bedroom? I mean, has it been lacking? Do you think she needed to go somewhere else?
For the last 3 months, it's not been clever. But, you know, she has been acting differently, and...
It's probably because you haven't got breasts.
It could be. She might have been like it all along, but only just come out. I don't know.
Does it affect your manliness? Does it make you question how much of a man you are, the fact that she's gone to your sister? I mean, are you questioning yourself? Because you shouldn't. You know that, don't you? This has nothing to do with you.
It makes you feel absolutely useless. Absolutely, there's something wrong with me. It makes me feel crap, and at the moment, it's affecting every part of my life. No, it's something I've got to deal with myself.
I think the meal way is the best way, and see if you can get your sister to come for dinner with you on Saturday. Take a copy of the video.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem. That to get my sister and her boyfriend...
How old's your wife, by the way?
32.
And how old's your sister?
27.
How old are you?
38.
Okay. You had the kids very young, didn't you?
Yeah.
How difficult has the time been in the last 12 years?
Oh, we've had his ups and downs. I mean, I always thought we were happy.
Your wife certainly had her ups and downs.
Yeah, you're right.
Mainly downs, I would imagine.
You're not wrong there at all. But, you know, we've just been like any other couple. We've had his ups and downs, his hard times.
But you've never suspected anything?
Never. Not a thing.
What a dreadful thing to happen, with it being your sister as well. That's just unbelievable. I don't know how she could do that.
I mean, before when you said, don't you find it a turn on, maybe I would if it weren't that situation, but, you know, I think most men would. But with the situation being as it is, I'm totally
You see, the thing is now as well, you can't trust her. Maybe next she'll be putting herself on your mother. I mean, who's next? I mean, there's no limit to it. If she's happy to go with your sister, who else is she banging at the same time?
Well, nobody's safe, really, are they? I mean...
Are you continuing to videotape your bedroom? Is that where it happened, by the way, in your bedroom?
Yes, it was it's in the front room and in the bedroom.
I'm surprised you can sleep at night in the same bedroom where it's happened.
Well, I've been home that weekend. I've got to come home this weekend. I mean, it was last weekend when I found it all out and that, but this weekend I just don't want to go home.
Do you think she's having the 1-2 book on my shoe while you're away during the week then?
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that you are away working is probably the reason that she's looking elsewhere because you're not there and she's getting bored?
Well, I've worked away for the last 5 years.
Perhaps if she's been banging lesbians for the last 5 years.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue. But...
All right, mate. Well, let me know how it goes. I think that the meal thing is the best way.
Right.
I really do, and I think for editorial purposes you should send me the video and I'll see what I think.
I can do that.
Thank you, mate. If you could make a few copies, I think I could make you a few quid.
Right, internet. That's the biggest revenge, I think, internet.
You need to play on her emotions, and I think over dinner, the shock of you bringing that video out. I mean, if she's so thick, she knows that you work in the security industry and you have access to this kind of equipment, and she's still going to go banging your sister, then she deserves all she gets, frankly.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I know I deserve better. I mean, I always thought she was the one for me, but I know I deserve better than that.
In fact, better still, here's a better way. Go for dinner, go back for coffee to your house, and ask them if there's anything on the telly they want to watch. And stick the video in. And say you've taped a comedy program that you think is very hysterical and they'll like. And put it on. And sit there and make them have to watch in front of her partner and see what reaction they give you.
I could do that.
You never know, you might end up in a foursome. Mark, thank you for your call.
Okay, then.